Hi, Chris Ford here from chrisandjennyford.com, and welcome to part 3 of our Internet Basics course. So in this part we're going to look at how does your computer actually find websites on the internet. So on the internet, every website has a name, or its domain name. It's the thing that you type into the address bar on your browser, something like chrisandjennyford.com or trampolinesnow.com. But every website also has an address. It's internet protocol address, its address on the internet. Just like you and I have a name and we have a street address, and if you want to send me a letter you have to know my street address. If you want to communicate with another computer on the internet, you need to know its internet address. For example, trampolinesnow.com, its internet address is 67.215.66.132, and that's what internet addresses look like. There will be 4 numbers separated by dots, and each of the numbers will be between 0 and 255. You don't need to know the details of that or why, but that's what you'll see. And every computer on the internet has an IP address, so that from any computer I can get to any other computer if I know its IP address. But then what the internet also has is it has an internet phone book system, where I can take somebody's name, a website's name, and I can look up their address in the phone book. And what that's called on the internet is called the domain name servers, or sometimes shortened to DNS or just name servers. So now what we'll do is we'll have a look at how the internet phone book gets set up when you create a new website. So when you register a new domain name, you go to your domain registrar, you create the domain, and you set the name servers of that domain to be the correct ones for your hosting account. So your hosting account will have a set of name servers associated with it, and you configure those for your domains. And what that will do is then tell the Internet Address Book, the global domain name servers, that those name servers are the ones to go and look for when looking for your website. Then when you come to add your website to your hosting account, you create an add-on domain in your hosting account. And what that does is that puts an address book entry into your hosting company's name servers saying that trampolinesnow.com has the IP address 66. Whatever it was that I said on the previous slide. Now when you come to visit the website and you type trampolinesnow.com into your browser, your computer needs to find out what the address is of the website. And so your computer will ask your internet service provider's domain name server to look up the IP address of Trampolines Now. Your ISP's domain name server will then ask the global internet address book, which will tell it that the domain name server of your hosting company is the one that knows the answer. And so your internet service provider's name server will say, can you give me the address for Trampolines Now? And this domain server will send back the correct address. And now your computer can connect to the web server using that address. Now that doesn't happen every time you connect to that website. Once you've connected to that website once, your computer will remember that address. It has its own little private local address book, and it will just do that locally next time it needs to know. If you don't connect to that website for some time, then it will forget and have to look it up again. It does that in case the address changes, and if somebody's address changes, obviously you need to update it, so the system has that built into it as well. So that's a simple explanation for how your computer knows to find the way to a website on the internet.